kẹ̀ ó pọ̀ 32 FM 94.9 à ń fẹ̀ nígbà gbogbo ayé.
Can he play?
The best players in the world and their best plays. It's sports on 32 FM 94.9. After the tactics comes the play.
What's he going to do? Oh!
After the play comes the goal.
Could be the match winner from Lionel Messi. Ronaldo! Aguero, they'll do it. It's a terrific goal.
After the goal comes the uproar. It's sports on 32 FM 94.9.
All right, so the eve, that's to the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Panthers of Gabon. So many news surrounding Nigerian football at this point in time. We know the list of players are out, players are in Morocco just to honor that game. But yesterday, what really happened? The players didn't take to the training pitch just to honor that the training are set to go down yesterday, and that has continued today. And the question on so many Nigerian lips is, are the Super Eagles of Nigeria going to play the game against Gabon? For the Super Eagles players to boycott training session yesterday till today, and the game is tomorrow. What is the way forward? This has been that reoccurring issue where we talk about Nigerian football in recent years, 2009 or 2019 to 2022. You say 6 years. And then for the 6 years, where these players paid their match bonuses, the question or the answer is no. And then there came a new leadership, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau. Have they been playing match bonuses to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, their players? Well, remember that these World Cup qualifiers has been that of so many downs. But for the high moments, it came in the later stages of a bit of our qualification, rather to qualify to the World Cup. And then we are in this situation. Not only the Super Eagles of Nigeria, of the 4 nations are set to vie for 1 ticket to play at the Intercontinental Playoffs. You can talk about the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon as well. They have their own issue. So, for you, judging by the book, are you going to say advantage Democratic Republic of Congo, advantage Gabon in a bid to qualify to the 2026 Men's World Cup? The Super Eagles, as well as other African stories, football stories, the tops our conversation this afternoon. Scoreboard Reloaded right here on 32 FM 94.9. And you're listening to the voice of Oluwatimile and SAMIES Ogunde on the program this lovely Wednesday afternoon. I have Peter and DOLAPO with me in the studio. And together we take a look at all of these issues. Yes, I just know that it was right after Scoreboard and after again the news broke out that the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they boycotted the training session yesterday. And now we want to talk about that. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, this situation we are in. A lot of people said it's a distraction. Yes, it's a distraction. But it's all about the audacity as well. Yesterday was a day of audacity across the nation. And we've seen that also with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, calling the bluffs of those within the realm of affairs of Nigerian football. I think the bare minimum those within the realm of affairs could do or should do is respect your own, pay them their allowances. Good afternoon, Peter. Good afternoon, DOLAPO.
Good afternoon, Samis. Good afternoon, Peter, and good afternoon to everyone who has joined us on the show this afternoon. Well, big one came out yesterday, and it's looking like it's not going to end because I was thinking after I saw the report yesterday that okay, probably before today the players would come out to train, especially knowing fully well that the media will be outside today to cover the training session, but they didn't come out again. And I've been trying to check and see if the NFF has come out with any statement because this is one thing they are very good at, debunking stories, debunking things like that. But since yesterday, I've not seen anything from them. And according to people who are in Morocco, who are with the players in camp and all of that, the players have not come out today again to come and train. Less than 26 hours before the game against Gabon. They've not trained for 2 days now. A very big game coming in front of them, and the players are not training. The NFF is not coming out to tell us anything. The only thing that you can come out to say is the captain coming out on X yesterday to say they are not training. He didn't even say they are not training. He just said most of the reports going on about special bonuses is wrong, and they've been owed match bonuses for long. And I'm seeing a lot of reaction from people saying, is this the right time? Is this? I don't know. I don't think there's any one of us here inside the studio or people listening outside that can work for 2 years with a particular company or with anyone without getting paid. Come to think of 6 years, it's not good. Yeah, I understand people coming out to say they are getting money abroad, they are rich, but no, they are working and they should get paid, because if anything happen after their retirement and we see them begging or something, we'll be the first one to come out to say these guys, when they were playing, they were earning big dollars. And what have they used it for? So they should get paid. You don't tell me someone is working for us for 6 years. I've been hearing reaction of NFF is broke, and I'm not getting it. We are broke? Where? How? This is a football federation. Why is it that every other nations that we can put top 10 in Africa, or let me even put it top 5, top 6 in Africa, are not broke? Why is it us that we are broke? Why? What have we done with our money? Because you can't tell me we don't have money. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that he's saying it's not true. I've seen, like, I personally believe all of these things is just forced, and NFF needs to do something before the game tomorrow, because we never can tell. These players can just decide to boycott the game.
In as much as I would have loved to stay away from this particular not too good headline that have popped up in the last few hours, I will have no choice than to, share my thoughts. And this is like a big distraction. Whichever way you want to look at it, whichever side of the divide you fall to. But in all fairness, like I've always said, it's down to the NFF. It's down to the NFF. I was just trying to check before I walk into the studio to join you guys to see maybe there's a change. And I was just trying to pick on that. What I saw was news from Cameroon that Eric Choupo-Moting and 𝐒𝐈𝐒 will not be part of the team. Mm-hmm. So for you to know that, I'm just trying to keep tabs with all the teams in Morocco for this CAF
World Cup qualifier. So it's really not what I want to react to. I still want to believe that the Super Eagles will prevail. But the NFF, it does talk about that man who is on social media now, the one they call Azaman, who has been putting things up about what the NFF have been cutting. I don't know the kind of FA we run. And that video,
we've been on that for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then this again.
Yeah, that stuff you were telling me now. You're just trying to update me. The interview granted by 𝐿𝐿𝐵𝐷 TV that was done last week Tuesday. So last week Tuesday, this is happening this week. So it goes to show that, there's a lot happening with our football. See the reason why these guys will run. Let me quickly add this before I end my thoughts. You see the guys who run football. You see why they always run to FIFA to say our government is interfering with all of this happening. Call them now, and put a budget and ask the parliamentarians to pass that budget for the president to assign to it, and then you want to get the money. I also gathered from a friend that the sports ministry have only gotten 30% of their budget this year. 30%, SAMIES, and this is about 6 weeks to end this year. That means they've not even done half of the budget. And the NFF budget, I can bet, will be the biggest, because this is not the Olympic year. I think it's the year for qualifying for the World Cup. So they might probably be the one to get the highest.
AFCON starts this year as
Yes,
well.
so one of the
They
highest
played
budgets.
AFCON qualifiers this year as well.
So I don't want to put it as the highest. Let me put it as one of the highest budgets. So what are they doing? And they will want government to keep quiet, Nigerians to keep quiet.
But I think
Amadi will say things like, you don't have to do this. It's FIFA's money. All because I'm coming, Samis. All because you run under and that is why FIFA is also corporate. FIFA is also part of this whole thing. See, FIFA can have this kind of thing about government interference work in Europe, but not in Africa. Not in sub-Saharan Africa, where you know that you don't give these guys money. How can your Super Eagles be talking about this now? This is the best time for them to do it. If you don't like what I'm saying, it's the best time for them to get their money. See, these boys know what they're doing. They don't need all this training. Let them just do one training session. Or they just. I was saying it here yesterday.
They need their bikes.
That I'm not a coach, but I know in games like this, it is beyond coaching.
It's the mentality.
So
mindset.
Pay these boys that money. I saw. I don't know how true that is. Congo DR, what they intend to pay the national team. Tell these boys, what do you want? And that was why I've always clamored, settle these issues before qualifiers. Are you telling these boys, you know what? You're playing 10 games for the qualifiers. If you qualify for the World Cup, we'll give each player $100,000 each. So don't put them on the scale of per game. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nations Cup, if you qualify, this is what you get. Now, if you go to the playoff, where we didn't qualify for the World Cup, automatically, you go to the playoff, this is what you get. But in games like this, because, see, let's be sincere with ourselves. Look at where we find ourselves. Tell these boys, see, we're here now. Going to this game, how much are you demanding? 30K. We'll give 50K. Go and kill these guys.
This is one of the biggest games.
Beat everybody. Because, see, I've said it so many times. How else do you want to make Nigerians happy? Tell these guys who are running the FA. On a good day, this man here that is in front of me, the NFF president, can be bigger than the president of Nigeria.
If he does things right.
If only he knows what he's doing.
And brings joy, smiles to the faces of many.
Doing. Can anybody speak ill of the FA, Moroccan FA president? Can anybody speak ill of the Senegal? Even if you have done anything wrong, they'll say, Baba, leave him there. So, I don't know why people cannot just do basic things. Leader, you have a crucial game like this.
I think there was a time when our Nigerian football was not doing well, and Gali was the one.
Somebody would have whispered into one of their ears to say, these boys are planning to strike.
Yeah,
and they would
have been meetings before they decided this.
But these guys are just dumb.
See, I said it yesterday. I messaged when I got the information yesterday. I messaged one of our colleagues in Lagos, also Joy Ojabulu, that why did that happen yesterday? That's 𝐶𝐶𝐶𝐿's birthday. His birthday was yesterday, and I said, "Oh, this actually is a ton of events for these players." But this is one thing we don't see within some FAs, some national teams, and this is where we are as a country, Nigeria. The biggest game yet in the lives of these players.
No, they
and
played
also
in the AFCON final.
And see,
they
missed the last edition of the World Cup.
Yeah, no,
they missed the last edition of the World Cup.
It's not the biggest game of their life.
One of the biggest. Yet. Most of them, they've not played the biggest game of their lives. Yet. It's still on that's a question. So you look at all of these teams this Nigerian FA has done. And can we also look at it from the part of political activities in this nation, where conventional politicians, they will never give way to better candidates that will do the job. We are unpicking people into these positions of leadership in this nation.
I think it is just about the guys in the of affairs of the sports generally does not really understand the game. Because when you don't need to go far, you pick it from January this year, this is November, and look at anything good that has come out from our football. You don't need to go into other sports. Just tell me one good thing that has come out of our football. Yes, I know you want to tell me the ladies, if the Super Falcons won the WAFCON. Maybe that's the only thing you can point to.
I actually just want to say this. Weeks ago, there was the NSC chairman in person of Shehu Diko on that's a TV. He granted an interview saying the preparation to the qualifiers, to the playoffs, started right after the final whistle here in Nigeria
Even after
against
the
Benin
game.
Republic. Now, are we saying this is part of the preparation where you failed to respect the players by giving them what you owe them? There are some players since 2019, like 3 players are still within that squad, or 4 players within the squad. Moses Simon is there. You have Victor Osimhen there.
William
Alexander
Troost-Ekong.
Iwobi is there. And William Troost-Ekong.
Let's just
Even
be
Ola,
plain.
you know.
See, what we need to do now is that the boys want to play the game. They don't want to
If
play the game.
They play or don't play.
See,
But-
the problem is communication. Now, that's what I've said. Away from sports, one of the things that Nigerian leaders don't have, or they don't know, is that the people hardly trust them. If I say to SAMIES and DOLAPO, you guys get the show done, do something. After the show, I'll give you guys this amount of money. If you doubt me, you will say behind me, Scope, you won't give us shishi. But if you don't, you will go there, get the job done, and I say, okay, this is my own part of the deal. Whatever the NFF will do now, they have to do it. See, I know the NFF also know how these things go. Now, I'm shocked that the presidency is not reacting to this one way or the
No
other.
reaction
Through
yet.
this
They are
sport-
busy
through the-
doing.
through- I know what they will be
Busy doing.
I know what they will be busy doing, because they don't understand the magnitude of this game.
The sports commissioner
You-
is
you-
the sports
you-
chairman, NSC chairman
See.
hasn't said anything yet.
Maybe they've done their own part. They said they paid part of the money.
Part of the money.
Part of the money.
We
The,
need.
the thing about this information, like that, I'm very careful. I'm just trying to analyze it the way I see things. I'm not here to say anything concrete in terms of information, because you hear the left, you hear the right, you don't even know which way to go. You try to seek information, you hear this from a source, you hear this from another source, you don't know how to even balance it. So for me, I'm just here waiting, hoping, seriously hoping that they can resolve this thing. Like the Dolapo said, it's 26 hours to the game. Other countries are preparing for this one. Gabon, let me warn them. Don't see this to say to yourself, you beat the Eagles. Like I said to someone yesterday, we're going to get this done.
But
We're going to get this. I believe we're going to get this
If
done.
that's if.
The boys will play the game. They don't have a choice. They will play the game.
Then you
But
can't say
now-
they don't
now,
have a choice, seriously.
let's-
Because,
let's look at the
there
bigger
There are also
picture.
information that some of the boys are not happy with the timing of this.
but then,
In the same Super Eagles camp, not all of them are cool. But when the leaders say this is where you want to go, you just join the Eagles like a year ago, or you have less than 10 caps.
the Fredericks of this world will not really care about this actually.
Yes, they want to play.
They want to
but
play
they will be
this.
say, see, Mami, we have been here before. What we're fighting for, you also benefit. This thing is
and it's,
now.
I was
I
listening to
remember-
an
I remember-
Olise.
Sunday
Olise
Olise.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's been happening since
But
years
Sunday
ago.
Olise still granted an interview this year saying the NFF are still owing him money from his job
Yeah,
as
he
a
said
coach.
$28,000. So it has been happening since. And this, I listened to an podcast where Olise was talking about in 2002, similar thing happened where they fought before the World Cup qualifiers, and 80% of the guys that later went to that World Cup were not part of those that played the qualifiers because they didn't want to give them the money. So it has been happening for long. And if something has been happening for long, until 2025, we've still not gotten something to do to it. We are still doing things the same way, and they've changed people. You can't tell me the same person that was in charge of NFF in 2002 is the same person that is here in 2025. So it's just all comes down to us not being really serious. When you look at every other countries, you look at the Congolese, like rumors have had it that they want to give them $1 million if they qualify. We are not even trying to motivate our players, and after that game,
A small country.
How
Okay,
much-
all respect to
how much-
Kazakhstan.
how much
All
is-
respect to Kazakhstan.
Yes,
Uzbekistan rather.
Yeah.
Right after their qualification to the World Cup, their federal government did something.
see what they did to 𝐃𝐈𝐒 players now.
You understand those ones, they are first timers, so they can open the heavens for them. Guys, how much is 1 million? You cannot promise this boys for qualifying.
For a country that was
$1
dishing out
million.
$100,000
So I was even going to
some
say-
weeks ago, maybe some months ago,
The ladies who won the AFCON,
Can the
WAFCON.
president just pick his phone now?
and
It's
just
just 1 minute call, and just say,
What is all this?
"Go
Say
there,
to the
play
boys.
the game. We'll get this done after you're playing
like
done with the game."
if just as simple as that.
2 minutes, 3 minutes call. You don't
Just
even
you
tell
can even
them-
do something similar to that video call you did some months ago with the ladies.
This thing is
Just
not-
call and tell
Even
them
if-
we will
even
do this.
If the president is busy, the VP can just carry a phone in less than 5 minutes.
I feel like the players does not trust the NFF again
don't
because
trust them.
They
they would have
don't
been talking to NFF for weeks before they decide to do
Why?
this.
Why
They
this
don't
one
Just
thing?
it's something very
So
simple.
all the old SSC the president had around, all those ones that used to go on TV and talk, they didn't see all these things happening.
Okay.
It's just
Everybody's
5
just
minutes.
shutting. Oh
The
God.
max is 5 minutes. Sam, it's 5 minutes. I just said the boys, this is the president. Blah, 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 blah. So these guys, you know what? Just go there, get the job done, and then after the game on over the weekend, get me ticket to the World Cup, and then I will ensure all of you come straight into the presidential lodge, and then we can have dinner, and then we can sort your issues out. They will believe him.
Seriously, 100%.
No story. And you guys, just go there. Simple message. If it's a WhatsApp message, WhatsApp audio, or what do you call it now? Tell the boy that's the president speaking there. We'll resolve these issues, but promise me the World Cup ticket, and let me deal with your issues concerning your money. But bring me the ticket to the World Cup, and let's have a party. Not, I know the World Cup is still there,
But for the
it's a better
president-
playoff. But get me this one on the
So
continent
for
of
the
Africa.
president now,
Yes.
I want to say this where you trust people with power. He trusted those ones he has put there with their power and ability.
It gets to a point. If I'm asked to do something, it gets to a point. My hands are tied. The GM comes, is unable to break through. Somebody else will come. That's what I'm saying here. It is not about you don't trust them. Yes, you trust them, but maybe kind of wanting mess up. There's a way you have to come. He's the head. We will count it. People will say when he was governor. See, that's why the Abians will always tell you that when they have who's your card, if you didn't do anything, they want to Champions League for Nigeria. Abia State won.
but yeah.
Not even the Almighty Shooting Star, not the Rangers won. They won.
Remember.
How old is Abia State? How compared to Enugu State and the then Anambra State and Oyo State? So they say something for you, because we know how governors and politicians will. When they win something, that's why you see our club football the way it is. Everybody pump money into it without any kind of dividend or the world just put state fund into it, win the league.
Yeah, I remember.
So-
that was I think it was Enugu Rangers 2 seasons ago.
We're talking about I know the president would have got maybe have SSC on sport, SSC on 𝐾𝐇, and of course the DG and the GM, whatever they are. If all of them fail, Baba just carry the call. It is not too big. Don't tell me the president have so many important things. This one too is
No, it's
important.
your phone. This is very important.
It is also
very
it's not about-
important.
There are many issues. The security, I know, but just pick this one. This one is just one solution away. Security
I think
is bigger.
now we also look at it and say maybe our leaders. I'm talking from the football perspective now. These guys are actually more of the paparazzi, the media glam, because I know we saw some of them in South Africa, we saw them in Uyo. We saw them in Abeokuta. We just see how they move around. They're doing this their thing. But this is
why these guys?
like our sports personnel, our sports leaders in this country. But this is a pressing issue that needs urgent attendance too. But nothing has been said.
Please, for the sake of this discussion, as we are speaking, let's be checking.
Yeah, I've been checking. I'm checking. You see me on the phone,
Any-
and there is
anything-
nothing.
Anything, so that will not miss
There is
information.
nothing yet. Like I've been checking again. Everywhere there is nothing, and it's just a very sad situation. And with the way things are going, like I feel like if anything happens, if we don't qualify for the World Cup, I think this is not going to be put on the players. Yes, they might just have their fault too, but it's not going to put on the players because no, they might just have their fault too. They might, but I think it is just all about the NFF, and it comes to something Peter has been saying here for years about during the Jonathan era when they were talking about closing down football, because I don't know where the joy is coming from exactly now. If we can't qualify for the World Cup, I was checking yesterday, I was looking through the Under-17 World Cup, 48 countries qualified for the Under-17 World Cup, 10 from Africa, and Nigeria is not there. So that is just for a country where you look at and you tell yourself, this is the biggest side when it comes to football in Africa. They are not participating in this competition.
You didn't landed well. The countries with the highest Under-17.
Yeah, they've won the highest Under-17. No, I'm just putting it overall now.
We've won 7.
Yes, that's the highest number. And we're talking about 40. I mean,
48.
48 Under-17.
10 from
how they position the qualifiers. When you pitch, there's a WAFU B, there's a WAFU A, and then you.
The strong sides are from the WAFU B. I put it as that.
Because you have
Look
magic-
at
you
look
can
at
have
the
magic
side.
phones.
You have all these nations.
Yeah. So
True.
And then we are playing in the same
But
qualifier.
then that does not say we shouldn't be there.
it doesn't say, but if only these guys can kick them out, you can just tell them to just go home. So
Two World Cup in a row.
Maybe we'll learn some lessons.
It's
We didn't learn
one.
anything.
Because
So-
I
so
remember
that prayer point-
after the last World Cup, we didn't qualify to Qatar. There were talks of preparation for the 2027 World Cup starts now and all of that. This is the preparation we were looking for since then. 4 years now.
Well,
If you want
Nigerian
us to go,
football,
we can go.
Nigerian sport. But outside Nigeria now, Cameroon head coach McBride insists that the negativity from Fecafoot won't distract him and his side ahead of the playoffs against the tie against the Democratic Republic of Congo at the Al Barid Stadium in Rabat. That's later tomorrow.